Welcome to week 1 of Hebrew 2. We're looking at a passage today, my favorite passage in the Old Testament, Ezekiel 36:22 to 36. It's hard to overestimate the importance of this passage. It's used, quoted by Jesus in the Lord's Prayer. It's part of Paul's argument in Romans 2 and Romans 9 through 11. You could make the argument that it's the principal text behind his argument. Of course, Ezekiel in itself is kind of the pre-story to Revelation. You could even argue that Revelation is Ezekiel 2.0. And Ezekiel 36:22 through 36 is the fullest explanation in the Old Testament of exactly what it means to be a part of the new covenant. So this passage, it's a passage I love. I try to read it most every single day in Hebrew. I've done that for years and years and years, and I have yet to think, I'm wasting my time. It gives me theological life the more I study it. So I hope you get a little of that taste as we work through it this week. Now, I want to introduce you to a skill that I learned in seminary. It's called exegetical outlining, and you'll be amazed at how much this will help you in your progression in terms of Hebrew. And I want to show you how I've done this. I've actually done an exegetical outline many, many times of this passage, but we'll do one more here. Let me see if I can bring up the passage. So the way I do it is start with a blank document. And what I do, a couple of things that I always do first, and it will make this easier, is under the format in terms of paragraph, I go to the tab section and I make my tabs 2.5, and that will become a little clear down the road. But we'll put the passage here, Ezekiel 22, 36:22 through 35. And then I will go to a computer program. Now, you can do this in accordance. I'll show you how to do it in accordance, but if you have Logos, this is how you do it in Logos. You'll need to find under this section here, copy Bible verses. And so when you do that, we'll pull up something like this, and you want to do Bible text only, and then you want to do your version of the Hebrew Bible. So I'm using BHS, ESB 2.0, any BHS will do, and we'll do copy to Microsoft Word. And then what you do is you type in the reference here. So Ezekiel 36:22 through 36, and hit return. And when you do that, it pulls up all the Hebrew, and I just do this copy button. You can do copy and paste, but I do copy. So once you press the button, if you go back to your Microsoft Word, and I do Command V, and you can see it's pasted in there, perfectly spelled, perfectly formatted. Now, I don't particularly like this font, and so I will always change it. The font that I use all the time for this is accordance. And so you just come down here and say, I want accordance regular. And you can see it's pasted it there. When I do this, I like it to be about 16 or just old person's eyes, I guess. It is easier. And you want to make sure that your paragraph mark is not in the English, but in the Hebrew one there. So I have it where it's being returned, but it's working from right to left. Now, while I'm at it, I just will change this to accordance. I will update my normal, update normal to match section. You can see that it made this because it's using normal. I might go back up to 16 here. I don't know why I just always make this heading 1 when I do this. So what we have is the text, and you say, well, why should I do this? What can I learn while I do this? Well, let me see if I can show you. So I come here, the first bit, therefore say to the house of Israel. And on a Mac, I do Control Shift. This may be slightly different on Windows, but Control Shift M, and you see that moved the entire paragraph over 0.25. Now, if we hadn't changed that, it would have moved it an inch, and I don't really like it like that, so I put it at 0.25. Therefore, thus says the Lord God, and I'm going to move this over as well because this is a new section. It is not for your sake I am acting, O house of Israel. Now, the reason that I love doing these exegetical outlines is because I know from reading this passage that that same phrase appears here as well. So we've got an inclusio. It is not for your sake I am acting, and I might do that just highlighting, and it is not for your sake I am acting. And so we have a way where we can see there's parallelism in the text. This statement, O house of Israel, I put it there, or come down here. Let me put a little more line spacing there. So we'll do maybe 12 points. And then if you update normal to match sections, then it will update everything. You'll have to move these over. Therefore, thus says the Lord God, it's not for your sake I'm acting, O house of Israel. Rather, and you might can see that there's a parallelism in the grammar. It's not for your sake. I'll put this space where you can see kind of the grammar. It is not for your sake I am acting, O house of Israel. Rather, it's for the sake of the name of my holiness. And you say, well, what kind of holy name is it? It's the name which you have profaned. Where have you profaned that name? You've profaned it among the Gentiles. The Gentiles where you went there. Then I do Command Shift and M, and this will go backward now. Um, it's not for your sake I'm acting, rather for the sake of the name of my holiness, which you have mega profaned. Notice that's a PAL. Among the Gentiles where he went there. But I will make holy, and notice that's a PAL. So I will completely make holy. I will intensely make holy. I'm not sure why that beep came. I will make holy my name, and might just put a space there. What kind of my name is it? It's my great name, and it's also my mega profaned among the Gentiles name. The Gentiles, or the name, in case we've forgotten, the name which you all mega profaned. And I don't know if you picked this up, but this is actually what Jesus is quoting in the Lord's Prayer, hallowed be thy name. In the Greek text, it's spelled exactly the same. This is active, and the Lord's Prayer is passive, but it's the same idea, which you have mega profaned in their midst, and notice which you profaned among the Gentiles, and then similar phrase, which you mega profaned in their midst. And what will be the result? Well, the result will be, we can come back here and parallel, I will make my name holy, and the result is the Gentiles will know. What will they know? They'll know that I am the Lord. And we have that says the Lord God. And did you notice the parallel? Well, it's not exactly the same. Thus says the Lord God. Says the Lord God. They will know that I'm the Lord. They will know when I am made holy. So it's going to be a nifal infinitive construct. When I am made holy inside of you, in front of their eyes. And this is how God's name will be made holy. I will take you from the Goyim, from the Gentiles, and I will mega gather you. Notice that's a PL. And notice, do you see the parallel? I will take Etikem, I will kibatzti Etikem from all the lands, vehabeti Etikem. You see the parallelism? To your own Adamah. I will sprinkle upon you waters holy. Moses sprinkled bloody water, and they were under the Mosaic covenant. Now they're under the new covenant. I will sprinkle that, and you will be holy. You will be holy. What will you be holy? From all your uncleannesses. And then notice this parallelism, and from all your idols, I will cleanse you. You'll be clean, and I will cleanse you. Notice we have that same etikem. So etikem, 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 etikem. All these are God's promises. And I will give to you Lev Hadash. So parallel passage, I think it's Psalm, I think it's 51, create in me a Lev Tahor, O God. And then we have this kind of inverted structure. I will give to you a Lev Hadash and a Ruach Hadashah. There's similar adjectives here. One's masculine, one's feminine. I will give in your midst. That same language is Psalm 51. Create Bakir Baki in my midst. But this is plural. God continues in his promises, and I will turn aside. What will he turn aside? The Lev HaEvan, the stone heart from your flesh. And then we have, I will give to you a Lev Basar. So do you see that parallelism there? You've got a stone heart that he will turn aside, and he'll give you like a real heart. And then we've got at Ruki Etain and my spirit, that same kind of inverted order. You can see these are the same forms. So as you go through, you can kind of pick up on that, and you can see the parallelism. I will give in your midst. I will give in my Ruki, my spirit, I will give inside of you, put inside of you. And then I will make it et Asher. All right. Sorry, somebody was running the vacuum cleaner up there. I will make it, and I guess this, you have to do this. I will make it so that we can do here, in my statutes you will walk, and my justices, my regulations you will guard, and then and you will do them. And then what's the result? You will live in the land. What kind of land is it? The land which I gave to your forefathers. And you will be to me for a people, and I will be to you for a God. And then I love the kind of biblical theology here, and I will Yasha you. It's almost, I will Jesus you, and I will save you. And notice it's that same etikim word. I will save you from all your uncleannesses. And more of these 20 or so promises. And I will call to the grain, and I will make it abundant. And I will not give, notice that's the attain word again, upon you famine. So, Adam had to work to eat. Now, not so much anymore. The land is mega productive, and I will make great the produce of the fruit of the tree. And if we have fruit here, we can line up produce of the field, and we have in order that you will never again take the reproach of famine among the nations. And then we have Jonathan Edwards' doctrine of evangelical humiliation. And the result will be, I'm going to do all that, and the result will be you will remember your evil ways. And we can do evil ways here. uh, and also your evil deeds, your persistent practices, which were not good. And then you will remember, and you will be little. You will loathe, you will dread yourselves, in yourselves, because of your evils and because of your abominations. And you can line these up if you want, just to help see then we get to the second section, or you can do the inclusio of the first section. I don't know, but it's the same phrase we had up there. It is not for your sake that I'm acting. And then there's our Neum Adonai. And you could do this in a different, you come back up here. My great name. Yeah, Neum. When you start doing that, you start seeing, well, there's another attain. I think we did those in yellow. You can start see that there's kind of parallelism and structure here. It's not for your sake. Let it be known to you. That's a nifal imperative, kind of unusual. Be ashamed. I think this is another nifal imperative. Be utterly disgraced from your ways. And then we have that, O house of Israel. And you might, anything similar, if you want to put a similar font, house of Israel. It's an easy way to start seeing the structure of this passage. I've even numbered the promises before. Then we have the small paragraph mark, and we have a thus says the Lord God, and might do that and the highlight. And if we do thus says the Lord God, that and the highlight, you're coming out with a way to start to see repeated phrases. In the day of my making you holy or pure from all your evils, I will make the cities lived in, and the war-ruined places will be rebuilt, and the desolate land will be tilled, instead of it being a shemama, a desolation. What kind of desolation? To the eyes of all those passing by. So I'm going to do all those things, and they will say, what will they say? They'll say, this desolate land has become like the Garden of Eden. What's happened? The destroyed cities, you might want to do these where they all line up. The destroyed cities and the desolate cities and the ruined cities as fortresses are lived in. What will be the result? The result will be the Gentiles who are left round about you will know. What will they know? They'll know that I am the Lord, I rebuilt the desolate places. I planted the neshama. And emphatically, I, the Lord, declared it, and I will do it. Fullest expression of the New Covenant in the Old Testament. That took us, about 25 minutes. But you can see it's a great way. And once you have it, then you can keep this passage and you can add to it. You can add notes to it. So I hope this helps. Translate the passage. If you can do an exegetical outline, do that. I guess I'll save this one and put it PDF if you want to use that. But I'll look forward to talking to you next time. So thanks and all the best.